Hello and welcome to FM On Demand with Tara Fitzpatrick. I'm your host, Tara Fitzpatrick. Today, we are talking to an old friend, somebody who I met 10 years ago, exactly 10 years ago. It is executive chef Tiago Battastini. He is from San Diego State University. This is a college chef. I was fast friends with this guy when we first met. And just this year, we saw each other again at the UMass conference for chefs, where we met back in 2013 originally. And we just both have come a long way professionally, personally. So catching up was wonderful. And I just wanted to extend that into a podcast. And like also at the dining crew at San Diego State University are doing some very cool things. And I've written about them in the past, but we're going to be doing a lot more. Let's just put it that way. And there's something that you really want to stay tuned for that I'm hoping to put in the next issue of our Digizine, which, by the way, if you haven't checked that out, please do. And in the meantime, please enjoy this chat with Tiago.
Be the talk of the campus with Rich's better-for-you solutions for college and university. From our oat milk beverage toppings to plant-based pizza crusts and no-proof wheat roll dough, we've got you covered with wholesome, low-labor solutions that fuel early morning classes, study breaks, and late-night cravings. Pair Rich's innovative portfolio with best-in-class support and build a top-notch CNU program. Visit richescu.com to learn more.
Welcome, Tiago.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thanks so much for being here. And for those watching, I have known Tiago for exactly 10 years, and we figured that out at the recent UMass conference. And this is Ken Tung's amazing event that's at University of Massachusetts. It's a chef's conference, and we met there 10 years ago, and we both have since moved up to leadership positions, and we kind of reminisced about it. So I wanted to just continue that. Like, tell me what you were doing 10 years ago when you went to that conference.
Yes, it was a great journey. So 10 years ago, I was a lead cook here at San Diego State. I was barely starting my career with like universities coming from the outside world, the restaurants and casinos. And then I got here, and then it was very exciting, like just to be with students, right? And to get the energy of the young people. And then it's so dynamic to work at school, and it's always changed every 4 years, a whole new group of clients, customers, guests
Oh,
that
yeah.
you have to attend to. So it was a great transition for me. And 10 years ago, UMass was such a good time. We were there.
For sure, for sure. And that's where we also both met, or I'm your old boss, Dave McHugh, who just a great person. We tried to call him at this last conference. He didn't pick up. Dave, I don't know why. We were extremely sober as can be ish. We wanted to FaceTime with you. So next time we'll talk to you, Dave, if you'll answer. But it's just so great to see you again. And one thing that I learned at the UMass conference is like, I don't do very well in a professional kitchen. Like, I'm an awesome home cook, but like I would get fired so fast if I tried to do like it's repetitive. I wander off. Like when I work in a kitchen with other chefs, they are getting so pissed at me. It's like, I'm sorry. So the first year that I went, I like got into the chef's gear, but this time I was like, no, I'm hands off in the kitchen. So I want to find out what you did with your team, because a big part of this conference is like breaking off into teams, and then you're learning from like a world famous culinarian. So tell me about like what your group did, because I was not anywhere near the kitchen.
So we involve in all the workshops, right? So we divide the group so we can cover more ground. Each one goes to a
Oh,
different
cool. Yeah,
workshop
yeah.
on a different day. It's really amazing. Like as a conference, it's a very chef oriented. It's one of the best ones in my opinion, where you're really hands-on and you really go through recipes. There's so much collaboration. There's like almost 100 chefs in there and
Mm-hmm.
some known chefs already. So everybody collaborating the recipes and making together. We did the blue zones. I cook a lot with seaweed. That was very interesting. For us in California, like we have all the ocean here,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I think we use the bare minimum. If you say like sushi is a given, but we
Mm-hmm.
could use more seaweed in our diets. It's really good for you, and so
It
that
is.
was a very interesting one. it was very eye-opening to bring our team in there. And that's what it did to me 10 years ago. When I went there as a cook, it kind of really blows my mind in all the what's going on out there and what you can see in different states, different universities are doing it. And then I think it was a really big turning point for me 10 years ago. So that's what gave me the motivation to get to a leadership role, to like really. And then this year I had opportunity to take my own team in there.
Yes.
So that was so fulfilling. Like we took a couple of sous chefs and a production manager. They never experienced anything like. And they came back and we already making menus left and right, and everybody's so excited about
Oh
it.
yeah, so inspired when you come back for sure. And I got to hang out just a little bit with your team, but they were awesome. They were so patient with me because I forgot my binder somewhere, and they just were the nicest people ever. So you've got a great team going for sure, and fun too. And it's just a good team experience, definitely.
I think it's important for a team when you have good people, because sometimes you have great cooks, great chefs, but they're not very nice. It's like, let's be honest. But I think a big part, like, yes, the cooking skills, the work ethics, everything counts. But genuinely nice people, that's what you want to surround yourself with.
Yes, it's so true. Like if people could
teamwork oriented,
yeah.
People that want to work together, people that want to help each other. And then it's like teamwork for me. It's like whatever you can do to make your next fellow like worker shine.
So true. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, it's like friendliness and helpfulness goes such a long way. Like people don't realize like how much, because you could just, yeah, absolutely. That's very true. And I wanted to talk about, like, what are some cool things that you and the team have been accomplishing since you've been leading?
So I've not been here for a long time. It's been a year, right? What today is a year and 2 days.
Oh, congrats. Year anniversary. Woohoo.
Yes. It's very exciting. It's my first position as executive chef for a multi-unit location like San Diego State. It's a huge school, 30+ thousand students here. So this past year was more like acclimating and then getting used to it and then knowing the work. But we got to do some cool stuff, some really nice. We have a garden program here, which is one of my proudest things that we.
Oh, so cool.
It's been built for years. It's been built before me for the chefs that were here before. But we got to enhance it. We got to reactivate it after COVID.
Oh, so good. Yeah.
55 grown towers, hydroponic towers, that we pull like 2,000 heads of lettuce every 2 weeks.
What? That's amazing.
It is. And then as supply for a couple of our salad bars, it's really busy. We're still trying to figure out like what can we grow consistently to have on our menus all year long. We also have seasonality. Some seasons grow easier, faster than others. But the garden program, it's one of my favorite things, like just to walk around. And it's the grow towers, the water goes up and then it trickles down, if you're familiar with.
I think I've seen those, yeah.
It has this waterfall noise and it's in the dining area. So it makes like an extra relaxing time. Like I really like to
relaxing. Oh, that sounds so California.
Around the towers and listen to the rain because we don't have much rain.
That's
so
right.
The little rain noise going on, and it's very exciting. It's a great program.
Oh yeah, I love that. It's a sensory experience, and it's just the things growing. Oh, super cool.
Yes. We rebuild our gardener team. We have a new gardener that just started like a few months ago.
Nice.
A very nice gentleman, Ted, 4-year, and it's super into it. And I think that's a very important part on when you do a job. Like if you love it, if you have the passion, nobody can be better than you. You're always looking for more. So this year he's trying strawberries on the towers.
Ooh, that'll be
like,
very cool.
They're looking great right now. They're not ripe and nice yet, but we should get like a big, nice harvest of strawberries.
Oh, so cool. Yeah. So many times strawberries don't have enough flavor. It's like when they're just like the whole grocery store system has kind of like taken the flavor away. So like when they're little and they have that, when you pick them, that's going to be amazing. Strawberry shortcake, maybe. Oh yeah, that will be awesome. And then I wanted to talk a little bit like about your personal history because you grew up in South America. Tell us a little bit about your journey.
So yeah, I'm originally from Brazil. I came to United States 20 something years ago, like just traveling. I didn't have anything in mind. It was a pit stop from my backpacking era.
Oh, so
So
cool.
yeah, I ended up coming to San Diego like by chance. It was not in my route. I was in the East Coast for a while, but then I came here, and that was my first job in a restaurant. So I started like on preparing the salads and desserts in this little
Hmm.
place, and then I fell in love. Like I like really like enjoyed the just the vibe of the kitchen, the camaraderie, the cooks. They all like it's such a team, like
Yeah,
they joking, they playing, but it's a very serious hard work to do. But that's
exactly.
the vibe in the kitchen just like caught me. And then I started with sushi. That was my first job. So I was making sushi, which
Oh,
was
nice.
super cool and creative.
Oh,
And
yeah. And
we
that's
had a
that's such an intricate process for sushi. I mean, there's a lot that goes into it, right? So you learned like your precision there, it sounds like
Yes, my
yeah.
knife skills got
Oh,
all from
yeah.
sushi,
Hmm.
fishing, like butchering fish and then preparing the sushi. And I got very lucky. I worked with a couple of Japanese chefs that are very like good chefs and very
Yeah.
like traditional sushi style. So I
Hmm.
got to learn a lot from them in the first couple of years that I worked.
Oh, so
All
cool.
so much that when I make sushi, people's like, "Was that a Japanese chef in the kitchen?" Because it's very traditional. I'm like, "Yeah, I know.
Like,
That's
nope,
how I
he's
learned."
the chef is Brazilian. Can't
Brazil.
believe can't believe it's
Can you
Brazilian.
believe? Right. No sushi
That's
in
awesome.
Brazil, but,
Yes, that's
but
like the highest compliment for sushi. And butchering fish, like that's a major league skill. Like that's insane.
yes,
I mean, yeah,
and all kinds of different
because
types of fish. So you really it's all about muscle memory. You got to keep practicing and practicing. I remember slicing cucumbers just to make them always slice the same. And the chef is like, "You just slice cucumber all day. I want to see if they're all the same."
oh
So it
man.
was intense, but it was
Uh-huh.
very rewarding.
Yep.
Uh, After that, I got a job in the casino, which was also like such a great opportunity. I didn't know at the time. As soon as I got the job, I find out they had an apprenticeship program,
Oh, okay.
and it was a 3-year program that you rotate into all different like 20 plus kitchens,
Oh
bake
wow.
shop, butcher shop, garde. There was a buffet, steakhouse, seafood restaurant. So you rotated like in all the
Oh,
kitchens throughout the casino for 3 years, and then you pair with those chefs for 6 months.
that's so cool. That casino is like secretly a culinary school. It sounds
Yes,
like, right?
it is. And it was secretly because they don't
No, they
advertise.
know. Yeah.
Nobody knew
Wow.
it. And then between 600 food beverage employees, they only choose 10.
Oh,
So it was an application process. You have to do a cooking demo, an interview, write an essay. So back then, my English was even worse than today.
I don't
And
believe it.
but I wrote an essay. I got proofed 100 times by everybody I knew who speak English. Did an interview, did everything, and got accepted. So there was a major like turning point as well.
That's so
It was a
cool.
great 3 years in the casino. So once I left, I feel like I had the skills. Like I didn't, right? I just feel like I know
Yeah, yeah,
it
yeah.
now. And then I came to San Diego State right after, and it was a
Mhm.
great opportunity. And my first kid was just born, so I choose the higher education path
Yeah.
because it's a very nice balance of work and life.
Yes. How many kids do you have now?
Three,
I can't believe it.
three
You've got three
boys, three
kids.
crazy boys.
Yup. And you and your wife are raising them and you're working together. And I wanted to ask you, when you cook at home, because I know you have like a lot of parties, like you're total just a great host at your house. So I wanted to see what are some of the things that you're cooking at home.
So yeah, that's true. I think it's my favorite thing to do is hosting, and I think that's why I fit so well in the industry. Because
Yeah.
what I tell people all the time is like we throw parties for a living, like even if it's a business lunch, still we throw like we're making people feel good, and have a little relaxed moment when you have your food. So at home, I'm a grill master. I love my grill. I like
Oh yeah.
outside grilling. So now it's summertime, so we eat outside almost every day.
Oh, I love it.
Rarely
Yes.
inside, but all kinds of food. Lately, I'm trying to incorporate more vegetables in my kids' food,
Hmm.
just to have everybody get a little healthier, starting with myself.
Yep.
But at home, I cook every day. People get a little, you cook at home as well? I'm like, yes. As soon as I get home, the
Yeah.
expectations like, what's for dinner? That's my first question when I walk in the door.
Oh.
So I try new recipes with them. Not always successful. The
Mhm.
kids have their palate, but grilling outside is my favorite thing. Like
Oh yeah. So is it a
anytime.
propane or charcoal?
I have both. I actually have a collection. So I like I
Like,
have the flat top, propane, charcoal, like you name it.
I
So
love it.
depending of what I'm doing it, if I have like a nice big piece of meat, if it's
Hmm.
Brazilian style, then it's charcoal. We
Yeah.
use the oak. We want to have the smoke flavor.
Oh yeah, more like a smoker situation. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so you get a little of the smoke, a big piece of meat that you're gonna roast it for a little longer.
Oh yeah.
But on an everyday basis, the propane works okay.
It
Uh,
does. I grew up
Grilling
with
vegetables.
propane and like I've tried my hand at charcoal a little bit, but I just have a little hibachi and I got to work on it some more because I don't, yeah, it would be good for me to see you in action, the grill master.
Starting the fire. Look, so I'm from Brazil. I'm from South Brazil. So if you know anything, it's the barbecue place, like the Brazilian barbecue that you see everywhere. That's from where I'm from.
Yes, that there's a chain restaurant and I know it's a chain, but it's Texas de Brazil and
Mhm.
it's so good, people. You must try this place. And it's so funny because it's like this amazing new place I got to tell you about. It's Texas de Brazil. Like saying like I found out about Applebee's, but
Just
it's so good. And they come to your table, they have it on the swords. Is that pretty accurate? Like if you're actually at a place in Brazil, do they come around with like big slabs of meat and then you
yes.
accidentally put your own fork on it and they slap you away and say no?
No,
That's what I
sometimes
did. I was like, oops.
no. Uh, yes, that is very accurate. Actually, that's how we eat at home as well.
So
So
cool.
if
Yeah.
yes, every time we go to Brazil, like my wife is always like, this is an overdose of meat.
You
It's
get the
like we
meat
come back
sweats.
and she's like, I just want a salad, no more meat, because it's like we eat beef almost every meal,
Yeah.
and then the huge skewers with the meat, and then they pass around. We do that at home, so that's very traditional. Uh, just it's keep in mind that's a cheating day if you like watching what you eat because
Right.
you're gonna have a lot of protein, it's a lot of meat, it's everything delicious.
Oh yeah.
Yes. So
Absolutely.
that's one thing that I like to do when really special people come over or we're feeling great or is a
Uh-huh.
celebration, then we turn the charcoal on and then building a fire is like something that you learn from your dad, like early age,
Oh
because
yeah.
the starting of the barbecue. So
Oh
building
yeah.
a fire is essential. Then skewering up the meat,
Oh
seasoning. So the whole process, and it's fun because when I go to Brazil and we go quite often,
yeah. Hmm.
my middle son, he's so into cooking, and that's what he like. He spends more time by the barbecue over there than anywhere else.
Oh,
And we're
that's so
playing,
cool.
and he's
And
like skewering up meat
oh,
and asking questions. So it's a very proud moment to me.
oh, for sure. Yes. It's like a rite of passage. That's so amazing. Yes, I really like that. That's such a good story. Oh my gosh. So what are some things that like you want to try? Like some trends that you've seen that you're like, I want to check that out. I want to learn more about that or something you want to check out.
So yeah, well, we have a bake shop here. We have a whole bake shop program. Personally, for myself, I'm not really great at baking. I'm not a
Yeah.
pastry chef, and all the chefs say that like, are you a pastry chef or you a chef?
Right. It's two very
It's
different
very
things.
separate.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
because we have the program here and I oversee it, so that's something that I personally want to learn more and I want to get my hands more on. I got a couple cookie recipes up my sleeve that I can pull it out.
Oh
It's
yeah.
needed, we can make a creme brulee, like the basics of it.
Yes.
But for me personally, I really want to learn more about baking. We have this program here, excellent chefs and pastry cooks in our area. So I'm learning from them.
You
as much as
can.
I can is this past year. Um, and then ethnic cuisine is something that we're exploring a lot here
Oh
in San
yeah.
Diego State. We were not doing as much as we can. In the
Hmm.
past years, COVID, it was a little bit quiet on that. We're going for the staples, like, a lot of people out there. So
Yeah.
this year, we're looking a lot into Indian cuisine.
Oh, cool. I love
We're
it.
really exploring. We have a huge population of Indian students,
Nice.
and then we pick the brain constantly, have a lot of collaboration. They try it out. It's like, is that close to what should be?
Oh yeah, that's
So,
yes. When you have
so
international students, it makes it almost harder to do a certain cuisine because you're like, I want to make it the way that they know is the right way. And
right, right.
yeah, Indian food is so good and like just a gateway for it for somebody like from the Midwest that's not super experienced with it. Like when I first had butter chicken or chicken tikka
Mhm.
masala, like it's so good. It's like, oh my God, I love this. So
Right.
that's a good
Yeah,
way
butter
just to get
chicken,
somebody.
it's such an interesting one. Butter chicken, we add to our childcare menu, which
Oh,
is like
cool.
little kids, preschool. I think they from 0 to like 4 or 5 year olds.
Uh-huh.
And then the parents were talking about like, hey, we need more ethnic cuisine. So we had butter chicken, which it's a gateway food for
Yep.
Indian cuisine. It's so
Yes.
creamy and rich,
So
and it has all
good.
the spices, but at the same time, is not uh, so much,
No, it's not
hot,
fiery. It's not spicy.
not
Yeah.
spicy hot, but it's
No.
nice.
Yeah,
So we
it's like I guess
started
it's
that.
spicy, but it's not that hot. I guess you could describe it.
It's
Yeah.
more on the spicy side. Like, no, there's like the garam masala and the cinnamon
Love
and
it.
everything that go close. So it's a nice entry dish. So we're serving that for little kids, like
Uh-huh.
4 or 5 year olds, and they're
That's so
loving it.
I'm at toddler level of Indian food. That's
But
awesome.
everybody is a little bit, right? And
Yeah,
that's
no,
really
it's like you got to
the
try
story.
it. Yeah.
It's like spicy food. When I moved to San Diego, I didn't eat spicy at all.
Okay.
Like, where I'm from, it's more salty and super
It's
sweet, super
meaty.
salty
Yeah.
and meaty.
Right.
And then now I cannot have enough.
You
Now
got
it's like I'm on it constantly, like
yes.
more and more chili, and
Oh yeah.
so you're graduating it.
Yes. Well, I mean, because there's spice. There's a lot in San Diego that you just new and different. Very cool. It sounds like you're still discovering things as you're
Oh,
as you're living there.
yes.
Definitely. Cool. Well, as you know, I could talk to you all day, but we're just
Oh,
about
yeah.
at time. So I want to say thank you so much. We're going to keep up with you. So proud of you. So proud of what you've
Yeah.
accomplished.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Keep up the good work. And we're going to stay in touch.
Absolutely. It's always a pleasure. And thanks for having me. Yeah, it's always cool to see you, and it's always nice to hang out.
Be the talk of the campus with Rich's better for you solutions for college and university. From our oat milk beverage toppings to plant-based pizza crusts and no-proof wheat roll dough, we've got you covered with wholesome, low-labor solutions that fuel early morning classes, study breaks, and late-night cravings. Pair Rich's innovative portfolio with best-in-class support and build a top-notch CNU program. Visit richescu.com to learn more.